What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rebel here, and we have some leaked information of the new COD for 2020, Call of Duty Vietnam. Well, let's get into it.
On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
So how's everybody doing? Hope we're all having a great day. So for today, let's go over the new Call of Duty game, COD Vietnam, leaked to still be coming out in 2020. First, let's get into the name, Vietnam. Call of Duty Vietnam. Now, I was assuming it was going to be something like COD 2020 Black Ops or Black Ops 5. I don't know. It seems it would fit Treyarch more to go with Black Ops 5, but if the story's not really going to match with that, then I guess it does make more sense to go with a new name and just take in a couple characters like Frank Woods and Alex Mason. But I guess they're going with COD Vietnam. I mean, I guess when you really think about it, it's Infinity Ward who has the really bad naming system where Treyarch has just been World at War and then Black Ops 1 through 4. Anyways, this game is going to be coming out in late 2020 is what Activision and Treyarch are hoping for. Me too, fingers crossed. And what this means to me is hopefully they are putting a Battle Royale mode on the back burner, not focusing on that, focusing on the campaign, the multiplayer, and perhaps the zombies mode, and let Warzone continue to exist because it's doing great. It's doing a lot better than Blackout. I feel like people are really liking Warzone, so don't come out with the Battle Royale right out of the gate. Don't even focus on it. Don't even plan one as of now. Just try to get this game out, please. On top of that, we hear that it's going to be running on the same engine, and that brings up a lot of concerns and a lot of things that are like, well, obviously, once you update the base game's engine, you're going to use that for every iteration of that game, even if a different studio is in charge of it. And hopefully, I'm hoping all of this means is that the graphics are going to be really good and things will be smooth. And besides that, all of the data that's input should be completely different to where the animations are a little different. The gunplay, the movement, the speeds of everything are all different, but while running on the same base engine to give us those graphics and the processing speed and all of that. Hopefully the servers are completely different too. Now, being that it is going to be using the same exact engine, there are a lot of changes that I want to see from Modern Warfare into Call of Duty Vietnam. And those changes are, this is quite the list, I must say. So the first change, no mounting. I do not want to see mounting as a mechanic in Call of Duty Vietnam. I just don't want to see it. There is one exception, and that would be how LMGs functioned with a bipod in Call of Duty World War II. Those you could mount on things, and those you could crouch and mount on the floor. However, it did put you at a pretty big disadvantage because the animation was pretty long, and it was more for lane control than it was straight camping. So there are ways that Call of Duty Vietnam can bring the mounting mechanic back and have it be done in an acceptable way. Much like if they were to bring back LMGs with bipods into Call of Duty Vietnam, that would be somewhat acceptable, assuming there would be limitations on what you could put them on. But the sideways mounting thing, it just created so many problems and so much camping. I don't want to see it in the next game. On top of that, no super sprint. I do not want to see super sprint because it's just a weird variable. I end up mashing the analog stick even when I don't want to sprint. I keep thinking I can super sprint, and it makes me keep pressing L3 even though I'm not super sprinting, and I'm focusing on that. Like, why aren't I super sprinting? I don't know. It's a strange mechanic. I'd be slightly satisfied if they were to take it out. Let me put it that way. I do not want to see the same class building system as is in Modern Warfare. I like the Pick 10 system. I also do like the division system from COD World War II, and I am talking post overhaul. Then it was pretty good. But besides that, I do want to see a return to Treyarch's Pick 10 system for Call of Duty Vietnam. On top of that, no gunsmith, and I hope I'm not rustling any feathers or getting anybody's panties in a bundle by saying that, but I am not a fan of the gunsmith system. I commented on Exclusive Ace's video on a comment thread, and people were arguing about gunsmith, and I said gunsmith with overkill is broken. Gunsmith makes the weapon levels too high, in turn making mastery camos straight stupid. There's attachments that never get used due to poor attachment balancing. I'm down for some more attachments in general, but this was overkill. Having this much customization is pointless when so many attachments cancel each other out. Every setup I have boosts ADS because the game's naturally slow low ADS hinders me. Being able to customize your guns to make them worse doesn't correlate to a good system. And being that I don't want gunsmith, I want a normal silencer to return. And like I said in that comment that I just read, customizing with the attachments is okay, and having different forms of the attachments is okay, but I just want there to be way less attachments and less of that pro-con setup and more of a just straight buff to your weapon, because it makes the balancing with a pick 10 system and choosing perks actually relevant. On top of that, I want to see a slower time to kill, because let's face it, this game had one of the fastest feeling time to kills next to Ghost, and I prefer a slower time to kill. I mean, I'd like a normal time to kill like COD World War II, but I'll take a slower time to kill. On top of that, I want to see a return to the Treyarch maps style, the classic 3-lane maps that Treyarch is known for. I prefer them. I think they're much more enjoyable. They have a lot more flow. They make a lot more sense. They're a lot more cohesive. All of that. I want to see the Treyarch map system returning. On top of that, I want to return to score streaks from kill streaks, because let's face it, when people don't have to play the objective, it's pretty weird, and I prefer it when people play the objective, so I prefer score streaks. And it makes a lot more sense when the kills are worth a decent amount too. If you remember the domination debacle in COD World War II, when kills were only worth 50 points, and then instead of upping up to 100, they upped them to 75. Make it normal, make it balanced, but give us score streaks. I mean, Treyarch's done it right every single time, so I don't think this is really an issue for them. On top of that, normal footsteps. If you want increased footstep audio, make there be a perk like high awareness or high alert, or no, awareness, whatever, the hearing one. On top of that, I want a normal mini map. I'm tired of the way that dots don't show up. It's trained me to not read the mini map anymore when I play, and I feel like it's kind of going to be a hindrance going into the next Call of Duty game, and I just want there to be a normal mini map again. It makes a lot more sense, and it rewards people who know how to multitask and read multiple things at once while playing the game. On top of that, no doors. I don't want doors. Take them out. Get rid of them. I'm like a door Nazi up in here. I want them all burned. I burn all of the doors. Please, get rid of them. I don't want doors. On top of that, I want a prestige system to return. I like the prestige system. I think it works a lot better. Now that we've messed around with not having the prestige system, I gotta say, it was a lot better, and I want to see a return to the classic prestige system. On top of that, I want a multiplayer challenger calling card reward for completing all of the multiplayer challenger calling card challenges in the challenge section. I really liked that in all of the other games, and it really gave me something to work hard towards. Sometimes I didn't go for it, like in Black Ops 3 or COD World War II, but I went for it in Black Ops 4 and got it, and I wouldn't mind having something like that to go for again. Map vote. I want map vote to return. Please, map vote. I don't know why they took it out. They probably thought it would be better, but it clearly wasn't, so I want to see map voting back, and keeping the lobbies together. I think those two go hand in hand. And lastly of things I want that either Modern Warfare butchered or didn't have in the game, I want a weapon inspect. Please bring back the weapon inspect. Nothing's cooler than going on a quad kill and then doing a weapon inspect and having that be the kill cam and being like, yeah, that's right, chumps, bask in my amazing awesomeness. And it's really cool, and I like the weapon inspect, and it's strange that it wasn't in Modern Warfare. The gun is like your character. You can build the gun any way you want, but you can't look at it. Okay, it's already getting a little long, but here are things that I want changed from Black Ops 4, and after looking back at how bad I thought Black Ops 4 was, there are so few changes that I actually want from the game. Probably 5, 3 of them being the main reasons I didn't like the game. So let's get into those. That would be a faster time to kill. Faster in comparison to that game, but slower in comparison to Modern Warfare. I want a normal time to kill, and even if they make the slower time to kill, it was okay. It was just with snipers that it was really an issue, because they were still a one-shot. They weren't hindered by 150 health at all in Black Ops 4, and that was pretty annoying, especially with specialists being a one-hit shot. If everything took longer to kill, it would be okay, but considering that the game was playing favorites, it was kind of unacceptable. So I want a normal, I want 100 health. Treyarch, 100 health. That's it. On top of that, no specialists. I really don't want specialists. I did not like specialists. They were stupid, they were cheesy, they rewarded bad play. It was basically like a death streak, but even the good players got it. That's all it was. On top of that, a firing range. I know that wasn't in this game either, but I would like a firing range like in World War II, because then you could fine-tune, or not fine-tune, you could figure out what attachments do without actually being in a battle and being in the back of the map shooting the wall where someone on the enemy team is going to spawn in behind you and then kill you while they're like, what is he even doing? He's shooting a wall. Give us a firing range to do that and to test the attachments. And on top of that, no self-healing. I mean, I know this game had it in the form of the the thing, but it was a lethal and you could choose other lethals instead of it, and it wasn't like you were hindered for not choosing it. It was just everything else would benefit you in a different way. In this game, if in Black Ops 4, if you wanted to choose a lethal, you would have to waste one of your pick 10 on it, while the healing thing was free, and that was just strange. No one ended up using tacticals. They ended up just using the healing thing, and with specialists there wasn't lethals either. So I just want to see normal tactical and lethal grenades. You can have the healing mechanic, the self-heal, if it is done in a way that doesn't mean you have to choose it instead of choosing another tactical, or that it doesn't cost anything but the tacticals do. I didn't like that. Normal lethal, normal tactical, part pick 10 thing, yes. And a better microtransaction system. I guess I could say that about this game too, considering the store is overpriced, and that's another video topic for another day, and I will get into that later. And basically those are all the changes from Black Ops 4 that I want. I thought it was the worst COD game before I played Modern Warfare, because the specialists, the really weird time to kill that hurt SMGs but made snipers overpowered, and the self-healing weird tactical lethal, you never got a tactical or lethal unless you went out of your way to choose one, sort of thing. And I didn't like that either. I thought it made it too Overwatchy, I didn't like it. So knowing Treyarch and knowing Infinity Ward, those are things that I want changed from the current game and the past game from Treyarch. But if I'm looking for stuff that Infinity Ward has done in Modern Warfare that I would like to see brought into the new Call of Duty game, it would have to be changing your class setup in match. I thought that was really cool, and even though it's weird for testing attachments, but if you unlock one, you get to put it on right away. If you find that you don't have the class you need, you can alter it. That's really handy. Is that all for that? Yeah, I guess that's all I can say good about Modern Warfare. You know, I can't really say the gunsmith with the customizing your gun, because let's face it, attachment variants already existed in Black Ops 3, albeit they were really hard to get, but you can blame that on the MTX system and not the fact that Modern Warfare actually did the attachments better. If we had supply drops and every single attachment variant was locked in a supply drop, it would probably feel just like Black Ops 3. So that's nothing I can give as a credit to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I guess I could say stuff that I'd like brought back from Black Ops 4 and the previous Black Ops games, but I put that on the things from changes for Modern Warfare, like Treyarch's pick 10 system and Treyarch's style 3-lane maps. I mean, I guess when you look at everything on the list, these are all things that Black Ops 4 did correctly. No mounting, no super sprint, no gunsmith, slower time to kill, score streaks, normal footsteps, normal minimap, no doors, prestige system, MP Challenger calling cards, map vote, and a weapon inspect. Seriously? Why did I think that game was so bad? I guess if you have something that's like a C- in a class full of A's, you're like, that kid is dumb. But then you get an F in your class and you're like, never mind, C- student, you're not too bad. And that's gonna wrap this one up. I guess all I gotta say is I cannot wait. I am ecstatic for the new game. I hope it's gonna be good. Knowing that it's gonna be set in the past, I won't have to worry about the future nonsense going on, but I hope the game plays well. The historic ones tend to play a lot better than the more futuristic ones. And I think we have some stuff to look forward to. Hopefully they can plan this right for release, not focus on a battle royale. People are all worried, but the games came out before in a 2-year system and they came out pretty good. Maybe instead of giving them an extra year to dick around with the game, give them one less year so they just focus on the core aspect as best as they can and get that out, and don't give them that much time to fiddle with it that much and ruin it in turn. And that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button, hit that sub button, gently click that notification bell, all of that other wonderful good stuff, I guess. And yeah, I hope you guys are excited about this, because I certainly am. Let me know down below, what do you think about this game? What are you most excited for? What are you hoping they bring back from Modern Warfare? Anything new that you're hoping for? I have absolutely no idea. Thoughts and opinions are always accepted. They're always welcome. Thoughts and opinions are always welcome down there in the comment section. And until next time, peace.